Hey you, Mixed Emoji has now covered 499 different characters, putting it up there with A Song of Ice and Fire. For this 50th episode, I'm going to have a look at what we've learned. But first, what if I did just one more, because 500 is a number that people like, especially people who like the number 50. Okay, one more random emoji. Well, this is the most random emoji, the man in a business suit levitating. A symbol that's not part of the real world or significant in popular culture or anything. You might think this symbol makes no sense, but when you learn about its origin, it still makes no sense, but you know its origin. It's the lowercase m from Webdings, the dingbat font. A dingbat font is some emoji were copied across from Webdings, and every symbol made its own bit of sense except for this one. The designer of Webdings actually intended it as an allusion to Walt Jabsco, and now I have to say what Walt Jabsco is. Walt Jabsco is... No, he's the monochrome mascot of ska band The Specials, but this emoji is just about different enough to evade copyright. It's also rendered as a kind of human exclamation point because he's above a little circle. But what's the circle? Is he falling down a manhole? The answer is apparently a jump shadow. This is a very stoic pogo, but we now know it as levitating. In Joypix, he used to be meditating, and that's a gross Wait, that's just a more reasonable thing to have an emoji of. Facebook's is most faithful to Walt himself, but that's a back formation. It's not really about him anymore, and it kind of never was the symbol itself. Emojidex accentuates the exclamation point factor at the expense of feet. Opemojis has a slit down his chest cavity from which the alien bursts out and is a Tory politician in 2015, and they could mostly do with slits down their chest cavities. It's hard to divine purpose for this emoji. Even if the original intention was a jump, its modern designs and name are quite different. A man in a business suit levitating gives more of an X-Files vibe, or Men in Black, or The Matrix, the idea of a supernatural agent who's trying to blend in with society but dresses really conspicuously for the modern era and, crucially, is floating. Several designs here convey this vibe, with Algae's being the slender menaced. The top two are a bit too smiley and leg point and quirky for this interpretation. They still hold that rude boy vibe. Samsung's looks like a dude who, when he lost his sense of sight, his other senses got stronger, like the sense of levitation. I feel if there's any function for this emoji, and do let me know if so, then Joypixels have the most convincing. The shadow is subtle, and he can definitely work as a G-man, but has that secret smile for some scarf fun. It kind of covers all the bases, for which there is no basis. And there we go, 500 emojis done. Wait, 1 minute. 500 emojis done. Mixed Emoji has been going since March 2016 cause I'm lonely. For the first few, back when I had a conscience, I hadn't really found my voice yet. I mean, like, I hadn't learned how to do my voice. And the tinny laptop microphone didn't help. Sometimes I even paused for breath. Then I took no hint from the lack of audience and kept going, got a bit experimental, got too zealous about keeping it fast-paced and under 6 minutes because I like strong bad emails, and now it's now and I've found a new way to not move on. The same way. Emojipedia and Emoji itself have changed along the way too. We now have a bounteous gallery, often stretching back to 1999, and several designers have overhauled their approach. The most viewed episode by far is the Flags one, and that's really awkward because it's the one episode that relies on viewers being familiar with the format. People seem to reach it by searching YouTube for their home country's flag and then see the episode with no context and think I'm just some isolated, self-absorbed weirdo, and I don't like them knowing that much about me so quickly. Some other episodes get conspicuous traffic from people searching for individual emoji like city, faces, and no one under 18 symbol. The emoji designs I assess in each episode are always what's contemporarily showing on Emojipedia, and I have, with varying certainty and zeal, chosen which design I like the best. This can include long-defunct sects like Mozilla, I mean, if they ever make any decent designs. And now I've covered 500, let's look at how the brands are doing. It's no surprise that Apple will dominate this. They have the power of ubiquity, and in an emoji where no design is particularly good, theirs tends to be the best of the mediocre, winning via realism and featurelessness. Maybe they're the best at emoji, but not in a particularly good way. Google have been a bit more erratic. They stuck to their outmoded principles a bit too long, but their simplistic approach is often very charming. JoyPixels, previously known as Emoji One, are a relatively homegrown brand, but they've got the major league knack, with a bright and simple style not far from Google's. Facebook do pretty well at this, and if you throw in the Messenger and WhatsApp designs, they're out in the lead. Messenger have an often great, chunky approach to design. Between its introduction in episode 11 and episode 15, what we now know as the Messenger set was referred to by Emojipedia as Facebook. Thereby, 11 emoji crowns that I awarded to what I was calling Facebook have been retroactively named as Messenger wins. Samsung and LG bring a Korean vibe and occasionally do the best. Now we're reaching the dodgier brands, hampered by their aesthetic choices, with the manga theme of emoji decks, the two flat colors and no borders of Twitter, and the two flat colors and two fat borders of Microsoft, each slightly too immersed in their own style standards, or way too immersed. As bad as Microsoft's set is though, it still might be the most improved. WhatsApp turned up recently and have some good stuff. Mozilla died a while ago and don't. HTC's set was never much good and is basically a thing of the past now. Well, a thing of the prehistoric past. They tend to look like cave drawings. In their latest update, they've stripped down their offer to face emojis, and there's an interesting thing about these. I mean, slightly. If you look at the pixels, they left artifact of other designs in several of their emoji. Emojipedia pitch in occasionally with speculative Apple-esque designs and are not themselves an emoji platform. OpenMoji are new here and not very good at it. SoftBank emojis were only added recently. They're quite cute and we'll be seeing more of them. Docomo and indeed AU are more of a relic here. Their designs are almost verbatim from 1999, just getting slightly smoothed out in updates. They're from Japanese cell phone culture and won't necessarily match up to the wider, higher resolution world of emoji. I might not choose them much, but it's important to know your roots. AU sadly replaces more unique designs with a set that's near identical to Docomo, but I'll dig through history when there's something good there. And what next? Well, I'm either gonna get a life or review another 500 emojis. See you in episode 51. If you liked this video, okay.